Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We made it. Happy New Year. So, before I get into this too far, I was looking at reviews. I don't know anything about this game. It was a free game quite a long time ago. And basically, what people are saying is that it's a really beautiful game and they love it. And it's like some people were saying this is their most favorite game, but it's really buggy. Apparently, it was made by people who had no idea how to make a game, which is completely fine. So we'll see what trouble we run into, if any. Let's check out the settings. That all looks fine to me, so let's get started into a new game. Pretty straightforward. Let's see what we have going on down here. There's X to jump. Oh, there's stamina in this? Where's my stamina meter? Ooh. Ah, there's the stamina meter. That diamond. No stamina meter for ladders, which is interesting. This is kind of neat looking. Hold down circle to sprint. And that uses stamina as well. Okay. I can feel Jody smiling behind her mask, just as I know she can feel the teeth-baring little grimace behind mine. I'm nervous, and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. You know, you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? Uh... And yet, I know, or I'm not worried. Let's just say, and yet, I'm curious. I shrug, but any attempts to act casual are fruitless. The movement is jerky, and I don't think I've ever been more aware of my little shoulders. She laughs. I mean it, but I do know how you are. You're going to be nervous until you've started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. Remember the first time you rode a bike? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid. Your hands were like little claws gripping onto me. I feel the memory in my fingers. But then I promised you it was going to be all right. I told you how much I had loved riding my bike as a young woman and how wonderful the wind felt through fabric. Suddenly, there you were. You sat down, you leaned forward and put those little grasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand, look at her, she can do whatever she wants. Jody reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my mask. And you can, Sable. I take a breath. Let's just say I think I'm ready. I thank Jody for the encouragement and tell her with a nod that I think I'm ready. I know you are, so let's get you started. You'll need to talk to Hilal and Driss. Driss should already have made the arrangements for your bike, and Hilal will share something, well, let's say as useful as it is fun, I think I might suspect what Jody's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. Say, what if I choose the wrong path? I asked Jody what would become of me if I choose the wrong path. There are no wrong paths, Sable, or right ones. I'll be glad if you choose to stay with the Ibexi, but truth be told, I'll be glad no matter what, so long as you're happy. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing, so don't try to use me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Now go speak with Halal, I'll be there to see you off. And speak with Driss as well. I've told him to arrange your bike with Sizzo, but you know how he is. I have something to give you, a compass to help you on your journey. It's the same one I used on my gliding, an artifact you might say. I take the device in my palm, it fits naturally there, perfectly weighted and crafted. Each component slides together with incredible, satisfying precision. Hey Coffee Mom, welcome. Alright, we got a compass. That's an interesting way to do waypoints. As she looks out across the landscape, Zeki's shoulders sag a little. I wonder what she's thinking about. Say, what are you looking at? Zeki's voice is weakly incredulous. I don't know how she's done it. That Ilaria over there. I follow her gaze to a little speck in the distance, which I now understand is her daughter, Ilaria. Say, do you want me to get her back? Zeki shakes her head. No, she's fine, and I'll get her. I'm just... She shrugs. Parenting? I suppose I'll know more about that when I'm older. Let's go up. Where is the little speck? Person way up there, maybe? This is a very tall tower. Wowee. Sizzo looks busy. I should leave her to it. Alright. Oh. I think I just got some money out of that. See who else we can talk. What's this dude? Postbox. Logging in. Hello, Sable. Unread messages 0. Have a good day. Interesting. We got a little post office box there. I'm not really seeing anybody else at the moment, so let's go talk to this person. As I approach Halal, they give an enthusiastic wave. I've always appreciated Halal's verve and vigor, and on a day like this, I'm ready to match it with a touch of nerves for balance. Sable, take this. Halal hands me a small round stone as it nestles into my palm. I feel a warmth not borrowed from Halal's hands, but emanating from within. I run my thumb over it and find it softly electric, like static on cloth. Let's say, what is this? I try to sound less confused than I am, but ask Halal what this is. Oh, Sable, you can't leave without it. What I've just given you is a gliding stone. What do you feel? I tell Halal that I feel connectedness, fuzziness, or electricity. Let's say, well, she said she felt electric, so let's say electricity. Then you're doing it right. What you feel in that stone is openness. I look at the stone. It seems quite closed. Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges and hold it there for you to channel. Right now it's empty or dormant and waiting for you to fill it up. I ask how I can do this. Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there. Hilal claps their hands twice and bobs a little. I appreciate their good mood at a time like this. Come back to me once that's done. I want to hear all about it. As I'm about to leave, Halal stops me. Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple, so go see Driss. He was meant to get that ready for you, yes? I remember Jadi's words now and tell Halal I'll go and see Driss. Alrighty, let's go get our bike. Jadi greets me warmly. Hello, little glider. Let's say ask what was your gliding like? I asked Jadi about her gliding. Tell you what, I'll tell you when you get back. I cross my arms in protest. Pout all you want, I don't want to spoil any surprises. She lowers her voice to a whisper. But I did meet some crystal farmers once. Crystal farmers! And that's all I'll say about that. You should get going. All right. Though I've told myself not to be too eager, it's all I can do not to race up to Driss. Driss is the camp manager. He's been difficult to get a hold of lately, but now I strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in secret. Perhaps it's extra beautiful or has some custom feature. What will its name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Will my legs feel sore or will I get used to it? Driss turns with a bit of a start. Sable, hello? Hello, how are you today? I was told you have something special for me, or Jadi sent me to speak with you? Let's do that one. Did she? What about? I tell him it was about something special, and then make a leading gesture, slowly trying to be perfectly cool and confidential. But I can't do it. I'm too keen, and the words spill out. I ask Driss if he might sort of, possibly, maybe have a bike for me. Your bike! He yells it like it's an idea he's just had. Your bike, yes, of course, right, yes, your bike. That I prepared for you because today is your... Gliding. Yes. Driss nods along with me. Yes, of course, right. Yes, I do have that. My blood runs cold. Has he forgotten? By which I mean I arranged it for you in a, well, it's sort of a tutorial for you. A tutorial? Yes, exactly. A learning experience. You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test ride on a different bike. I think about it and find I've never heard of that part of the gliding, but Driss does seem earnest, sort of. So instead of worrying about your bike, I'd like you to try this bike as a test. Driss gestures to the sand cutter at his side. It's quite old and a little shabby, a tester if I've ever seen one. Let's say, what's the bike's name? Driss seems scandalized. That's a bit personal, don't you think? Just sand cutter will do for now. Youngsters these days always asking questions. Now, ride the bike through the ring and back. And here's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off. Alright, we're gonna try... Oh, what's this green thing? We're gonna try to ride a hover bike. Alright, here we go. Through the ring and back. Whee! Okay, this is a little bit of a clunker, I think. Through the ring and back. Oop. Okay, that was a bit of a speed bump there. I return to Driss, who somehow manages to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming. Sable, congratulations. How was your first pre-glide ride? Any strange rattles, unexplained hissing, small fires? What do you mean, fires? Surely you'd notice if you were on fire even a little bit? Was that a possibility? Well, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Driss, is this bike dangerous? Well, he doesn't finish. Have you already been by Hilal? Say, I mean, I have. So the answers are, oh, right, or am I not getting a bike? Let's go with, am I not getting a bike? Well, you're getting the use of this sand cutter. That's something, eh? You can borrow it to run your little errands. My little errands? And Hilal's got something to show you too, help you out with more of that mobility you're after. With my confidence in this exercise only lightly tarnished, I thank Driss very much for his help and his bike. I depart for Hilal. Alright, let's go talk to Hilal again. No, I'm pretty sure I got that stone doodad from him already, so not sure what more there is for him to give me, but I guess we'll see. Okay, head over to the okay, we gotta go to the temple. I guess I'll take that little bike then, if that's my option. Ew. All right. Strafe, steer, strafe. Oh, yeah. Strafe side to side. Alrighty, to the temple over here somewhere. Hey, there's a shipwreck over here. Can this thing get up? That's a cliff. Let's go back this way. He said the temple was through here somewhere. Oh my god, this thing is struggling to get up that hill. Dang. This looks kind of like a temple, maybe. Let's check it out. Park this thing right here. Oh! Okay. What do we got here? Statue? Oh my god. Well, that happened. This looks very temple-like, I think. Put our stone in there. See what happens. The stone thrums like the beat of a heart as I approach the altar. Am I afraid, exhilarated, or maybe it feels right? I am ready for Rohana to know me. I am ready to know myself. I feel her curiosity in this sacred place. I know I am in her sight. Hmm. Okay, so we got the stone. Oh, press and hold to glide in midair. Ooh, okay. Well, that's handy, isn't it? Back to the village we go. What? Oh, God. Alright, we made it back. When I return to Halal, it's clear they know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I've even left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? Exciting, true freedom. Strange, I'm a little queasy. Or safe, like a warm hug. Let's say that's pretty exciting. I tell Hilal that hovering is exciting and ramble for a moment about all the things I'll be able to do when I'm out there in the world. Most of them involve me falling on my head and not getting hurt, but I'm sure I'll come up with more in practice. Right? You can do anything you want. Hilal's mood doesn't darken, but the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best that it fades with age, Or else I might never have come back from my gliding. I'd just be out there heaving myself into chasms. I'll heave myself into chasms for you. Is that really what you do? Or I wish we could all do it. Let's go with that one. I tell Hilal I wish it was something we could keep perpetually. So do I, Sable. So do I. I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. It takes a really serious focus. Hilal laughs, even if there's a bit of regret in it. And I certainly haven't got that. I still support the gliding. I still suppose the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gains and no loss, I think about that, but decide that there is already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I am saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time. You're gonna love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice, try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence and all of that out there, but the world's an easier place if you put joy first. I thank Halal for their advice and for their help, and tell them I'll miss them. It'll be over before you know it. A warning and a reassurance, all in one. I say goodbye to Halal. Before I go, Halal gestures toward the tower. It seems Sizzo wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Alright, let's go climb the tower again. Sizzo is an outclanner to the Abexi, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and I think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts and by their training and their code must go to where they are needed, but Sizzo has been among us so long that it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she is one of us. I think there is a perception among the other clans that the Ibexi are quite insular, or that our designation of Ibexi versus outclanners suggests some nervous otherings of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us and who we must leave behind, but all are welcome to join. And I'm always pleased that Sizzo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. Sorry, there's background noise. Better now that I'm getting a bike, excited for my bike, a bit worried. Am I really getting a bike? I'll say excited for my bike. Sizzo has a throaty quality to her voice, and it rumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle. Yes, Jotty told me how excited you were. Sizzo sniffs. She also told me Driss would be coming along to get your bike together, but I think he may have... I knew it. What? I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I tell her I was just clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driss for his forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might be just as scattered, and besides, this will be good for you. I want you to scavenge the hoverbike parts yourself. I'm going to make my own hoverbike? That sounds like an adventure. Technically, shouldn't Driss do it? I'll say, I'm going to make my own hoverbike. I ask Sizzo if I'm expected to make my own hoverbike. No, you're not going to make your hoverbike. You are going to build your own hoverbike. What's the difference? To make suggests you are creating something, but your bike already exists. They simply haven't taken form yet. Here, take this. Sizzo hands me something. This is a navigator. You can use it to mark waypoints on your compass. It should be useful in finding the old parts. I ask Sizzo where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships, in fragments spread apart. A good start would be the ship down there near the camp. You'll find another up on that great rock near the other side of the canyon, and another behind the old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, a power supply, and a calibrator. I'll say, do most gliders make their own bikes? I ask Sizzo if most gliders really make their own bikes. Only the lucky ones. I tell Sizzo I'll see her soon and head off in search of the components. Together we will create something new out of the old. Alright, got a navigator. So there's like one over here somewhere, I think she said. There's one on the way to the temple, which is over... Oh, I see it right there, right in front of her. And then she said there's one over here somewhere. Maybe? I don't know. We'll just put it there. Ooh, I wonder if we can go talk to that little kid now. Or that person over there. Let's go see. Wee up. Ilaria, the balloon was more fun than the person in it. Hey Strike, welcome. I approached the cartographer. Ah, greetings, child. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't she? She really is. Longingly? It's bigger than I thought. I'll say, she really is. I nod enthusiastically. It really is an impressive vessel. However nervous I get imagining being up there all alone. I wonder if anyone's ever fallen off of one. Best not to ask right now. Hey Guyver, welcome. Well, good to meet you. And oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan. I tell him I'm Sable. Suppose if you've... Hang on just a second. someone has come over while I'm streaming. Just give me a second, you guys. All right, I'm back. Haven't seen her in a few months. She's going to school for nursing, so I'm grilling all the questions. Yeah, she's a good kid. Okay, cartographer Jordan. Suppose if you've come all this way to see me, it's probably a map you're after, eh, Sable? Say, I would love a map. I tell the cartographer I'd love a map. Of course you would. That'll be 50 cuts. To my ears, it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets. I tell Jordan I'll be back. I'll need to ask Jody for some money. Farewell, child. All right. And somebody's rattling around with dishes, so apologies for the background noise there. Let's go look for those shipwrecks before we do anything else. Where did I park that hunk of junk? Okay, so let's go to the one that we definitely know is out here, because we passed it on the way to the temple. Alright, let's see what we can find. Aha! Money. Maybe this is not the shipwreck I'm looking for? We're gonna be whipping once we get these new parts in there, I think. Can we go through the tunnel here? Woo! Now, I think they said there was one back here somewhere. There's a house up there. Let's go check that out. Or, you know what, there's probably a quest up there at some point. Let's leave it for now. Oh lord, can this thing go up here? No, we cannot. Okay, that's fine. Oh, jeez. It's a little bit of a clunker. I think they said there was one way. Oh my god, okay, up. Yep, you can do it. Ugh. Man, struggling to get up that hill reminds me of, God, I must have been in like junior high or something like that, and I don't even, what is happening? I don't remember what the hell I was doing, but I was on a double-decker bus, like an old, like London, UK red one that somebody had brought over here for tours. And the city that I live in has like a major river valley going through it. A little steep up the hills sometimes. That poor double-decker bus. I thought we were going to start going backwards in that thing. We made it. Barely. But, man, oh man. There's butterflies. Oh, there is a butterfly over here. What can we do with this? A sunshine butterfly. Oh, there's another one. Why do I get a feeling that we may need to find 1,000,000 sunshine butterflies for somebody? Keep an eye out for them. I always love when you do a quest, like you've done a quest before the quest has been given to you, and then you can just be like, here you go. Oh, I see a shipwreck back here. And there too. Okay. There's something in here for sure. Money. Is there anything under this? I don't see anything. Maybe something up. Maybe they're not talking about those kinds of shipwrecks. There's something up here on top of this. This looks like somebody's house. This looks suspicious. Maybe I played too many Zelda. Oh, what? Too many Zeldas, but this looks like a little, oh, what the hell are those guys? The Yahaha! You found me. Those guys. What the hell? Koroks, yes, thank you, Guyver. Chum egg. Offered up by chums when planting themselves into the ground. Perfectly smooth and hard as a rock, these eggs seem to float with how light they are. There must be a good place to deliver these. Okay, we got a chum egg. Also, chum is probably the worst thing to call it. Chum is like the gunk that you throw into the ocean to attract sharks. This is very suspicious right here. I feel like I need to remember that. Those damn Koroks, they stress me out. I think it was in, oh God, what game would that be? I think that they first showed up in Wind Waker, but there's a game where they're little wooden things, they're little tree guys. And they were in one of the fire areas where you need to have like the red tunic on, the fireproof tunic, and they're just chilling in there. And it's like, what? I'm gonna spontaneously combust. Is this a shipwreck? Whoa. There's nothing of use to be found in the ship, but I notice a blinking light flashing on the dashboard of the cockpit. We're gonna push the button. A voice crackles from the machinery in front of me. It sounds like a recording. It's barely audible. Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Raymond. Concentrate. I don't think I have to remind you how much work it was to get this far. We're almost there. All right, let's see if what that old machinist told us holds up. If not, there'll be hell to pay. I hear the sound of mechanical adjustments being made. 3 clicks. Buttons being pressed, perhaps? Okay, when I push this orange thing, pull that lever hard. Yes, Raymond. The sound of a click and a loud grunt before a snapping sound. Oh, on Rohana's mask! Not that hard. You've torn it out. Suddenly, the speakers are filled with static and a low rumble that gradually increases in pitch. And then the sounds of someone cheering. It worked! We're flying! More cheering. Is that sounds of someone dancing? Okay, let's focus. This thing is moving fast. We need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that, Raymond? Let me check the machinist's notes. A long pause, the rumbling static sound that started playing when the ship took off is still increasing in pitch. Raymond? That lever, Toma, the one you just ripped out. We're going too fast. We're going to crash. We need to try to... The recording cuts off there. Oh, spoopy. Okay, we'll leave it alone. I don't know, maybe there might be other dialogue. So there's several different kinds of shipwrecks. There's this kind of ship. And then there's the wooden ones. Oh. A child. Are you looking for a calibrator? I am immediately on guard. I feel that way about children too sometimes. Saima has always been a mischief maker and taken tremendous pleasure in tormenting me. In theory, I am older, more experienced, and should be more than able to withstand it. In practice, you won't find it here. I have hidden it. You'll never find it. Never, never. She never fails to get to me. Give it back, Saima, or may I please have it, or you're a horrible child. We'll try to play nice. We are the older, more mature person in this scenario. I decide to be gentle and ask her, may I please have it? May I please have it? She mimics me terribly, all high and screechy. Despite my best efforts, I seethe. Oh well, too bad. Maybe you'll find it on your own, but I don't think so. Saima laughs off my irritation, but I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I cross my arms and try to effect a change. I'll give you the calibrator. I put out my hand, proud of myself for standing tall before Saima. If you give me some beetles, that's a fair trade, isn't it? Something you want for something I want. I try to decide if it's more mature to push her over and steal the calibrator or to acquiesce. But then I simply stifle a sigh and shake her little hand. It's like, what is happening? Shadow. Perhaps some of the adults in the camp know where I can find some. Alright, we gotta get some beetles for this little person. Okay, so we're looking for that kind of shipwreck. Electric. Computerized, not wooden. Which I guess makes sense. I don't know why I thought a wooden ship would have a calibrator and whatnot. Whoa! There we go. I'm still curious. I think there's some money and things in these ones, though. Is there anything in that? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, I think I have a marker back here. But I think I was putting it on the wrong thing, and now I don't know how to turn it off. It's not a shipwreck. Let's check this out. Hey, another one of these doodad thingies. Okay. And there's another thing of flowers that looks weird. Oh, let's go that way. I'm leaving the bike. I'm gonna go check this out over here. And another one. Okay. Just, oh my god. You know what? I bet you $1 million that I'll need a shovel, and this is where the beetles are hiding. There's a lot of these flower formations, though. Ew, I think we found some beetles. Yuck. Oh. Do we need to go slow to, like, not freak them out? Dum-de-doo, dum-de-doo, da-da-da, da-da-dee. Get back here. Ooh. Well, that's not good. Well, we found the... Can I add a... Ask around camp to find out how to catch beetles. Okay. Oh yeah, R1. Okay, wait. Green one. Green equals beetle camp. I don't know how to get rid of the other ones that I just made. Alright, look out, people. We're coming through. God, there's a lot of them in here. Ew. Why do they have to be supersized like that, too? Oh! Well, we have enough credits to get a map now. Okay, let's get my bike. I think that person said that there was a shipwreck on one of the towers. Oh my god. Oh my god. My bike. Just going everywhere. Okay. I wonder if we can see where these shipwrecks are. We should go back up on that tower and see. Hey, there's one of those things on the... Okay. I thought for sure they said there was one out here somewhere. I think that's the one that we went to. Is that one right there? Get rid of the yellow one. Alright, let's see how... Let's find out how to catch these beetles. Let's see... Who is even here that I can talk to? Let's ask Khalil. I could ask about catching beetles for that awful little Sima. Let's say, do you know where I can find... Well, do you know about Sima's hiding place? I know she spent a lot of time in the cave under the camp. You could have a look down there. Halal quotes from a selection of obscure and lyrically mediocre Ibexi historical ballads whenever I pass by. There is a great verse that says much about our folk buried under sand. Okay, well that didn't tell me how to catch them. Oh, let's go ask that person that's over there. Do you know where I can find beetles? There's a nest of beetles just east of there. You can't walk up and catch... You can't just walk up to one and catch it, though. There's some seeds growing on the rocks around the nest. Drop a seed on the floor, and the beetle will start eating it. Then you can sneak up and grab it. Seki looks concerned. Eloria, how did you even get up there? That little... Children have no fear. Okay. Do we know how to catch beetles now? I want to go back up here and see where that last shipwreck is, though. This bike has more trouble than it's worth, I think, honestly. So this person is out looking here. Because I thought they were talking about the wooden one that's like right above my character's head right now. But I don't think that's the case. So I think that one is right there. There's that one right there. And then... Well, let's go check out that one over there. Lord, now where did I leave my bike at? The bike. Where's the bike? Oh, hey, who's this person? Oh, we haven't talked to this person at all. Umar is a man of few words, and he's nothing if not consistent. Can I pet these things? Sheep? Goats? We're just kind of huffing around. Whoa. Why do I feel like I'm gonna have to go fetch water at some point? Oh, there's another bucket right there. I have yet to see water. There's my bike. Yo-ho-ho. Okay, let's go check out. Wasn't that where we were before, though? It's back here? So that's the ring. Oh, here. Yeah, okay, that's where we dinked around with hitting buttons. So let's go to... back to that beetle nest and see if we can catch him. I don't know why my one marker went away, the green one. So she said there are seeds on the wall that you need to take off and put it down for them to start eating, and then when they're eating, you can catch them. Seeds on the wall. Oh, those things? Yeet! We got one. Yeet! Elephant beetles. Let's get that one. What? Oh my god, he caught it. He loves it. Beetle captured. Well, we got 3 out of... We should get a 4th one, then we'll have John, Paul, George, and Ringo. I don't know if I need 4, but YOLO. Or maybe it'll be the Beatles after George dipped. Hiya! There we go. Alright. Fab 4 reunited. Also, if you haven't seen the clip of George leaving the Beatles, it's wild and kind of hilarious. They're like in the middle of rehearsals, and George is like, alright, I think I'm gonna be going now. And they're like, what? Where? And he's like, no, I'm gonna leave the band now. And they're like, what do you mean? He's like, no, I'm just gonna leave now. And then he just leaves. That's just like so not eventful at all. Alright, and they said this kid is in a cave under the camp. Let's go find this kid. Yeah, it's crazy. He leaves like he's like leaving a dinner party or something. He's like, alright, I think I'm just gonna head out. And they're like, what are you talking about? Oh, I see a child. Alright, child. I feel embarrassingly vindicated as I hand Sima the Beatles, but rather than gloat, she hands me the calibrator and begins to cry. What have I done? You're leaving, and you'll never come back. We'll comfort her, she's a little kid. She blows her nose and then wipes her hand on her tunic. Yara never came back after the last gliding. Aren't you sad? You were her friend. I miss her too. She might visit again someday, or people leave. That's their choice. We'll say, I miss her too. There's been a letter here and there, but it is always to us rather than to me. I'm not bitter, but I hope not to be like that. Please don't go. I tell Sima not to worry, that I will be back sooner than she knows, and I'm sure she pouts behind the mask. And I add that if I am not back sooner than she knows, then she will be ready for her gliding by then, and she can come bother me herself. Promise? I say yes. Good. Then I suppose I can come see you off. I thank her and say goodbye for now. Alright. We got 1 component out of 3. Oh. Should we get a beetle shrine back here? Ibexi red dye. The dye bottle for the colors of the Ibexi red bike. Ooh. See if this person has anything to say. Driss asks me a series of increasingly strange questions before I make an excuse to take my leave. Okay, we gotta find the other shipwrecks. feel like I'm blind, that I shouldn't be having trouble finding a shipwreck on such a tiny map. This looks interesting though. Skeleton. Ooh. That's a little creepy. There's a sword in its head. Ow, indeed. Yep. Okay, so that's right. Do I have my map? Oh, that's the icon for my bike. Where is a shipwreck? I like how the colors shift from when it's day to night kind of thing. That's blocked off. Oh, is that one up there? That triangle shape? Let's go check it out. Ooh, that was a bad move. I'm not gonna have enough stamina now. Wait for it to come back. There we go. Well, so far no glitches, despite what I was reading online, so that's good. Okay, that triangle thing is up there. This looks like the same tower that's in the camp. Whoa! Okay. Oh. Atomic power supply. Woo! Right, part 2 out of 3. Now, can we see another part of a shipwreck from... Damn, I can't climb that. Let's see what we can see from over here. There's a wooden one there. What's that over there? Let's pop a marker over there. Bonk. And where did I park my bike at? Oop, no, wrong button. My bike's down here. There it is, I see it! I'm just gonna glide down here. And then I'll glide and get my bike back. Whee! Anything good? Oh, hell yeah. Wonder what we're gonna use those for. Well, okay, now this way. I think this is the hill I tried to get up earlier. I don't think my bike can do it, so we're gonna go around. So this is in the direction of the temple. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. I saw the temple from over there. Is there someone here? No. So that's the temple. I don't think they would put two pieces of shipwreck this close together, so... Man, where is this last one? Oh! Yes. Uh-oh, chicken inbound. What? I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what's that dome? What, Dobby? Chicken. You smelly breath, Dobby. Now you'd think that this one would have something, because I still think this is where I played with the button, but I couldn't. This is where that kid stole that piece out of, I think. Yeah, I see you have your hand out, Dobby. I know you're desperate for attention. You know what? I'm gonna go ask that gal at the top of the tower because I need her to remind me where the hell the other one is. Whee! Speed bump. Oh! Says I was waiting for the parts. I still need to find a control panel. Okay. Alright, it's in that... I'm sorry, that does not look like a shipwreck to me. I thought that was some kind of dam. Like a water thing. Is that my bike right there? Yes. Whee! Alright. Oh my god. Note to self for when we get hover bikes and hover cars that the going over little rocks is just going to be devastating. Ooh. This is a... okay. I mean, I guess. I guess it could be part of a freighter or something like that that just fit between the rocks and whatnot. Wow. Okay, this looks more like a shipwreck. Kinda. Interesting. Yo, control panel. Woohoo! Glad I will probably never ever be on a ship like this. Started rewatching TNG, which is not on Netflix anymore. And I don't understand how anybody found their way around that ship because it's so huge and all the hallways look the same. I would be getting so lost. Just put my quarters near canteen, 10 forward, a holodeck, and wherever the hell I'm supposed to be doing my work because I would never find my way anywhere. Alright. Back to camp. Weehoo! Oh god. This thing is going to be trashed by the time I get to remodel it. Also, it probably gets freezing cold in this valley with the sun when it sets like that. I don't think I would like that very much. Alright, we got all 3 parts. I return to Sizzo with the parts, and it's as she waves me over that I feel a pang of sadness in my chest. When will I see her again once I'm gone? Well done, Sable. Yes, this is everything we need. Are you ready to assemble a bike of your own? I'm ready. Sizzo relaxes in the workshop. It isn't that she's particularly rigid or anxious ordinarily, but there's a certain calm beauty that one only truly appreciates when Sizzo is in her element. I wonder if it's this way for all machinists. What you must understand, Sable, is that the components you acquired, they fit together. Not by chance, not by effort, but by nature. They belong to her. They have always belonged to her. All we are doing is assembling her from what she has already been. I nod and feel a soft buzzing in my ears. Among my clan, we believe that machines have names, held for ages like deep secrets, unheard by those unequipped to listen. We will find this one's name together. All right, let's assemble. While I try to think of a name. All right, we got wings. We got a booster. And we got a bike front. Listen. Sizzo tilts her head a moment, leaning closer to Simoon. Okay, thank God I don't have to think of a name. All at once, I know the hoverbike's name, Simoon. I say it in a whisper to let Sizzo know. Simoon. Simoon? Simoon. Well done, Sable. Let's say, what does it mean? What does it mean? You should ask her yourself. Sizzo looks entirely serious. The bike, to my enduring surprise, says nothing, even when I lean close. I tell Simoon that I am eager to know her better, and Sizzo looks quite proudly at the both of us. You are ready, then, for the gliding. May all the gods turn their faces from you, Sable. An odd blessing, perhaps, but Sizzo is prone to such things, and I can read in her tone that it was meant quite sweetly. You must learn to listen to Simoon to take care for her. Seek out my fellow machinists on your travels, Sable. They will teach you the art of machine whispering. Oh, here. Take this. It's a machinist badge. You'll meet plenty of my ilk on your gliding. Show them your worth, and they'll give you more badges. I thank Sizzo twice for good measure and give a bow. I am ready. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, I should buy a map from that dude before we... wait, can I take my bike now? What's happening? No, okay. I need to talk to the cartographer and get that map before we go anywhere. Because I don't know if I can do that after I've left. And I have enough money to do so. I don't think I need to be this high up, but maybe I do actually. Here we go. I have... Oh man, I have cuts though. Alright, where's the person I need to talk to? We look up to the cliff edge to the sure hooves of the ibex anchored to the steps. Horned sentinels guarding the high plateau. Our boots find purchase in the stone, and we remember the days when we could not glide. Yeah, ibexes are pretty cool. It's crazy how they can stay on the mountain like the way that they do. Alright, where is she? Last I saw, she was coming up this way. Okay, well, where is she? There's only like 6 people in this camp. She can't have gone that far. What are we doing with these buckets? Where did the goats go? Well, let's ride towards the white. She's not in here, is she? Wah! Wah! Okay, that's where we built my bike. Where is this little old lady? She was at the campfire when we first got here. But I don't see her there now. Is she in a tent? Where the hell is this lady? Okay, can we see her anywhere? She's wearing red, and she's older. It's not that lady down there. This is very odd. Okay, they say she's out this way, so let's go find her. Am I just completely blind? Like, what is happening? Okay, but where is she? Hmm. I'm gonna save. I don't know if this is gonna make a difference. Okay, now she's back that way. Maybe there was a little bug. Where's my bike at? This way. There you are. Tell Jody that the cartographer wants 50 cuts for a map of the Ewer. I tried to hedge the way I speak about this as I'm not entirely sure whether that's too much, not enough, or precisely its value. She tells me not to worry. Here's some money to get you going on your journey. Use it most wisely, and then a little unwisely when the mood strikes. It's good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it. I think Jody effusively and head out on my way. Alright, we'll talk to her in a second. We're going to go buy that map. I'll buy that map. Perfect, let's trade then. I can sell butterflies and I can sell beetles. Okay, interesting. I thank Jordan for the Ewer map and all its vast possibilities. Something about this makes me feel more real. Good luck on your gliding, Sable. I still remember mine. I ask how it was. Short. I knew since I was a boy that cartography was for me, but I spent a little extra time out there just to enjoy the world. Speaking of, keep an eye on the skies, eh? Plenty of my colleagues out there, and they'll have more maps to sell you from Hakoa to the Sodic Waste. I thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. Woo! Fast travel! Alright. I return to Jody with a new lightness, and it makes the weight of my departure feel heavier still. What a strange day. Sable, is that a badge you've got there? Sizzo gave it to me. I tell Jody that Sizzo gave me the badge. Then you must have earned it. Well done. I give a bow of thanks. Well, Sable, if you keep this up, you'll be headed for the Mask Caster in no time. I try to think about going to a Mask Caster, but it seems impossibly far away. Imagine choosing what I want to be. Imagine choosing what I want to be forever? I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it. You get plenty of badges when you're out there, and once you've got 3 alike, you can trade it in for that mask. But don't feel like your first mask is your final choice. The gliding is about freedom and exploration. I suggest you claim as many masks as you wish. Only at your final ceremony will you be asked to choose one. How will I choose one? You'll have to feel it out, but when you know, you'll know. Now. The tone of her now puts the butterflies back in my stomach. With all of this done, there's only one thing left. It's time then, isn't it? Time to walk through the face door at the Temple of Rohana. There, you'll assemble your gliding mask and go. There are things I wish to convey to Chadi here, depths of love and gratitude and fear and worry and hope, and though I find myself unable to speak any of it in words, I know she understands. Before you leave, child, I made you these. They are dyed with the traditional Ibexi maroon, and I hope provide you great comfort out in the desert. When you leave today, you will no longer be Sable, clan child of the Ibexi. You will simply be Sable, and the rest will come. But no matter what you are, no matter where your journey takes you, I will always know you, I will always love you, and I will see you again. I don't know where my journey will end, but I know where it must begin, and I am ready. That was very nice, wasn't it? Jody greets me warmly. Hello, little glider. And I'll say, it's so strange getting called that. I tell Jody how strange it is being called glider instead of Sable or even clan child. Just trying to get you used to it. She seems to really like it, and maybe I like it too. My little glider. All right, let's go do it. This sounds crazy. I'm just gonna walk there because whatever. In my bubble. One, how do I... Ooh. We'll put my new digs on. Right, I did everything that I needed to do. This map is larger than I thought it would be. Interesting. Alright, we got my new clothes on. Now I guess we get to pick a new mask. Styling indeed. Alright, here we go. Goodbye, everybody. Peace. Oh. Okay. Oh. Platforms with buttons. Deary me. Okay. Okay, so we're putting a mask back on the statue, it seems. Here we go. Okay, and the last platform is there. Ooh! That was close. Yeah, catch your breath. So this is the mask I'm starting with. Let's see if I can get a decent camera angle in here. Not really. Kind of get the gist. Let's see if I can get it in here. Not really. Eh. Come on. Then fit that way. Okay. There we go. Dang it. So She's got like a triangle, and I'm not sure what's tied to it with little ropes and whatnot, but there's the mask. Okay. Got an archer up here. Just love the little smiley face. Now I wonder if different masks are going to give me different things, or if it's just purely cosmetic. Look, everyone's so happy to be here. Alright, we got an Ibexi mask. Let's pop that on. A mask worn by those in the Sansi made of bone. The ones particular to the Ibexi are made from the skull of a mountain goat. Alright. Oops. Oops. Oh damn, I left my bike way over there. Logging in. Hello, Sable. Juddy's voice echoes strangely through the machine, yet still it warms me. Well, Sable, this is it. By the time you hear this, we will have gone. The gliding is a journey that must begin alone. There is a certain nuance lost in transmission, and for that I am grateful. It would be far too much to hear the cracks in her voice and not run weepily into her arms to stay forever. But I am ready, and so I close my eyes and listen. But though you go by yourself, you are not without friends, you are not without family, you are not without love. These things will always carry with you, as do your mask. And I know I'm not supposed to do this, but if I were you, I might go and see Yutari. They are the machinist at Burnt Oak Station, and among Sizzo's closest friends. Yutari is a good contact to have on one's gliding, and a fine way to get another machinist badge if you're so inclined. Only a suggestion, though. As for us, I'll send another message once we've returned to the Ewer, so keep an eye on the post boxes and try not to forget us. She takes a long breath, and I forget that I forget that things as easy as breathing could ever exist. The world is waiting, Sable. Good luck. Where's my bike? Ah, there's my bike. Whoa. Let's give this new thing a whirl here. Sable. Well, there we... Is that it? Or is this just the intro? Okay, I was gonna be like, what? There was so much more map. Alright, we did the tutorial. This tune track is pretty great, by the way, also. Oh, I see a tower way out there. Whee! Yoop! North to the Dunboyne, east the Ewer, southeast the Wind Tower, and northwest Burt Oak Station. Alright, we gotta go northwest. Does my compass tell me where? Okay, yes, the white mark. Got a little eggy. I think that's the station. Oh, jeez. That's the station right there. There's a big building way out there, too. What? Oh, that's a balloon. Let's go to the balloon and maybe we'll... Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, these little glider things are not super stable. Maybe we'll get another map. Because that gal gave me... She gave me a whole whackload of money. Oh, there's a shorter one. I was gonna say, I don't know if I have enough stamina to climb this. I'm guessing that... Well, I don't know, but I'm guessing stamina is maybe something you can level up. Can I make that? I guess we'll find out. It's gonna be close. Alrighty. I greet the cartographer shyly, a little cowed by how alone we are up here and how intimate that sometimes feels despite it being so much part of my gliding. She responds with what sounds like a warm smile. Hello there, glider. Thanks for taking the time to climb all the way up here. Surveying gets a little lonely sometimes, you know? I tell her I do, given how lonely I can get on the sand sometimes. I hope Simoon doesn't hear. So then, what is it you need? Can I buy a map? Of course. Ooh. I'm gonna buy both. Get a new badge too. Cool. Wait. What's worth a look nearby? I ask if there's anything worth a look nearby. She chuckles to herself. Of course, you don't think I'm standing up here for nothing, do you? Have you been to the Great Wind Tower yet? Get up there and you can see for ages. And Burnt Oak Station is close by as well. You'll never guess why it's called that. I think about it, but she goes on before I can shout my prediction. And if you're a fan of insects, there's a giant Hercules beetle nest nearby. You know, rumor has it they can lift 100 times their own body weight. Can I help you, Glider? Ask what other regions are there. I ask which other regions are nearby. Glad you asked. Head south if you wish to see the white sands of the Wash. West, you'll find Red Sea and its myriad secrets. And to the east are the salt plains of the Waste. Alright. I thank the cartographer for her time. No problem, Glider. Come back whenever you like. Oh my god. Whoa. Well, sheesh. Okay, so we're here. We gotta go here. What is that, I wonder? And why is that one red and the other ones are like corally orange? That looks like a little city or something too, maybe? That doesn't look great. And that looks like a little city too. Okay, what time am I at here? Well, let's head to Burnt Oak. Where'd I leave my bike to? Wait, I think I can call my bike. Let's test that. Woohoo! Hello? Bicycle! Why isn't it coming? Well, I was hoping that I could call my bike over, but maybe that's not how that works. Alright. Oops. I thought there was a boost on this thing. Not that it's going all that slow, to be honest, but... Whoa. Do a flip. Whee! Oh, look, a little park. Oh my god, can I park my little bike in here? Get in there. Look at that. Parking stall for me. A narrow stalk fig, undoubtedly my favorite fruit. The first thing I would ask for when we passed traveling merchants with the Ibexi. Okay, and there's buckets up here too. What are we supposed to do with the buckets? Well met, Glider. We had goats in my clan. Ah, so you're familiar with their temperament. I suppose you are Ibexi? Say hello to Umar and Jati for me. Well met, Glider. What's in that glass vial? Oh, I made this. It's a color palette for a hover bike, inspired by my work as a herder. Here, take some, I insist. I'd be very proud to see you riding a bike with my colors, Sable. What's up with the statue? Ah, you may recognize her, Oana. She was a great herder of many creatures. They say she came from the whale and herded the ancestors of the creatures we herd today. We teach that keeping your herd near her statues will keep them together and well fed and healthy. Okay, interesting. Does she want a bucket? What are you doing, little kid? I can't talk to them. Whoa, this just got a beetle! Nomadic merchant Bobby. Or Bobby. Glider, welcome. Come view my wares. Ooh. A beetle bike booster. Beetle bike front. Beetle bike wings. Scrapper bike wings. Piece of scrap metal hangs below this module to create a deceptively well-weighted ride. And an engine. So I guess you can like change the look of your bike. What else can you tell me about this camp? This is one of many beetle tent stations around Midden, named after that big old burnt tree over there. Not sure what species an oak is, mind. There's plenty of characters passing through here. They're all worth a bother if you're on your gliding. Never know what badges and masks you might pick up. Don't be shy. Chat to the tent owners, interrogate the machinists, and any other people you see around. There's also the scrapper's yard just below the big crane over there. There's a lazy scrapper down there who will make finding scraps worth your time. See you soon. Okay. Set to annoy people in their tent, so let's go check it out. Who's in here? Oh. The guard before me stands tall, her posture shaped by duty, uniform weathered by years. Hello there, young glider. I'm nearly startled by the force of her greeting, but her voice is comforting somehow, warm and welcoming. I greet her with the accidental enthusiasm of a traveler finding a friend. She smiles behind the mask, I think. Always nice to meet a fellow adventurer, especially now. How are you faring so far? The world is big and I feel very small. I've never felt more free. I need sleep. That map was daunting. I'm going to go with this one. You say that like it's a bad thing. Isn't it a wonder, the size of it all, that you can spend your whole life wandering and still find more to see? I think about the balled up fabric and smoothed out rock that will make my next pillow and many to come. My neck aches faintly at the thought of how many nights I'll spend this way. It's possible I'm romanticizing it a little. You see, I'm getting ready to leave on my second gliding. She reads the confusion in my silence. Did no one tell me of the second gliding? I suppose it isn't a real second gliding, but it's how I'm thinking about it, a chance to see the world again and how it's changed. I'm an equine guard, you see, or I was an equine guard as of 3 days ago. I am officially retired. You should have seen the way the others looked at me. There is a laugh in her voice. All of them were so baffled to see me go, telling me how much I'd missed the big city. A few of them even felt sorry for me, like what would I do now that my life's purpose is complete? Can you imagine? I try to, but I can barely muster a view of my purpose's start, let alone its end. I shake my head. I said, thank you for all the strange condolences, but tomorrow marks the first time in decades that I'll wake up in the morning and have absolutely no idea what lies ahead, and I've never been more excited. Don't get me wrong, I loved my work. I even loved the noise and trouble of Ecria, but I've spent enough of my life standing around looking hard. It's time to explore. Her glee is infectious. I'd ask where she'd like to go. I'm heading to the Badlands. I think I want to see the Bridge of the Betrayed. If you haven't already, you should definitely go and see it yourself. You'll want the northern Badlands, southwest of here. I nod, trying to keep the directions in mind, and Elizabeth gives me a little tap. Maybe I'll see you up there. Did we just make a friend? Oh! I meet Ifa, the innkeeper of the camp. What can I do for you? Do you have any tasks that need doing? Before I can even finish the question, Ifa shouts, Larval husks! I repeat the words back to her as a clarification. She nods. I need some larval husks. How much do you know about beetles? Say, a little bit. Well, not sure if this is part of that little bit, but larval husks are what gets left behind when the beetle larvae grow. Beautiful, really tough casings. If you don't mind, I'd be grateful if you could collect some for me. The type I'm looking for are Hercules beetles. You won't need to go far, but the nest is guarded by the mother beetle. You're going to have to find a way to get past her. I tell her I'll do my best. Anything else I can help with? Goodbye. Great, we gotta go up against a mother Hercules beetle. Oh! Aw, no mail. The machinist looks me over. You're late. Say, for what? For our meeting one another. You ought to have come here sooner. I ask the machinist how they know me. I do not know you. Not yet. Perplexed, I wait for them to explain themselves, but they seem to wait for the same. I briefly feel a hint of shame as I remember times I have been late among the Ibexi, things I have slipped up in doing. But I dismiss my doubts as I recall that I have no idea who this strange machinist is. I ask them. My name is Yutari. Of immediate relevance to you is that I am a friend of Sizzo. I ask then if Sizzo alerted them to my impending arrival. Perhaps she looks out for me and sets waypoints and oases along my gliding, a comforting thought. No. It was your hover bike. I heard it for the first time months ago and felt the shape of its voice. Of her voice, sorry. I tell Yutari that it was not Simoon they heard, for Sizzo and I only built her a few days hence. They wave their hands at me in a hurried dismissal. Did Sizzo teach you so little? The voices of our machines are eternal, more ancient even than their forms. I hear them, as I always have, and yours I thought would revisit me sooner, but here we are. Now let us speak of why you have come. Our needs converge atop the wind tower. Customized bike. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh wow, my acceleration is garbage. Ooh, I can change the color? Sorry, I was muted. I had to cough. Something has stopped the tower working. I was hours away from going to see it for myself, but you and Simoon came after all. Go there, mend what is broken, or soothe what is hurt, and I will give you what you seek. I ask Utari if they know what I seek. I omit that I might not. Direction. I will be waiting for you. Travel swiftly and safely. I say goodbye to Utari. Okay, so these were the pastel-y colors. I wonder... what do the other colors look like? Oops. It looks the same. I'm not sure. Oh, who is this person? The mask caster sits unmoving, silent. I can't tell if the mask caster is human or something else. I've heard about mask casters in stories about glidings before. Gliders should collect 3 badges of a set and bring them to the caster, from whom the mask shall be cast. I should look for some more badges. I leave the mask caster. Okay, so I guess if I get 3 masks or 3 badges from, say, like this trader guy, I might be able to get a similar mask to his. Okay, cool. The wind tower. Just over there somewhere. Well, I kind of feel like this is a good spot to pause for tonight, everybody. Sure, we'll go find the wind tower next time. This is a larger game than I thought it was going to be, which is never a bad thing. Save. And exit to title. Okay, well, this could be quite interesting, and no real snags or anything like that so far. I wasn't sure what to expect with what I was reading online, but yeah, so far an interesting story, pretty chill game. Curious to see what we run into next week. And yeah, I don't have too much going on, so have a good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining, and we shall see you next Saturday for more Sable. Bye-bye.